Good day, everyone. Today I will discuss the Chapter 2 of Republic Act 4136, which is the Land Transportations and Traffic Code. The Chapter 2 is the registrations of motor vehicles. Article 1, duty to register, reports, applications, and classifications. Section 5, compulsory registrations of motor vehicles. All motor vehicles and trailers of any type use operations on or upon any highway of the Philippines must be registered with the Bureau of Land Transportations for the current year in accordance with the provisions of this Act. The dates of annual registrations of motor vehicles shall be based on a registration scheme to be prepared by the Bureau of Land Transportation subject to approval of the Minister of Transportations and Communication. The scheme shall provide as for a system that will distribute the registrations of motor vehicles equitably over different months in a calendar year. The seed scheme and rates shall not be changed more often than once every 3 years, and upon due notice given to the public at least 90 calendar days before the effectivity of such registration scheme. So, ang nakasaad dito is the annual registrations of motor vehicles will be based on the registrations that have been prepared by the Bureau of Land Transportations, and this scheme will provide a system that will distribute for the registrations of motor vehicle. Yung pamamaraan daw ng pag register ng motor vehicle is nag-prepared ng Bureau of Land Transportations. Next is any registrations of motor vehicles not renewed or before the date fixed by the Bureau of Land Transportations shall become delinquent and invalid. So the registrations of motor vehicle that not been renewed over the date of the Bureau of Land Transportations will become invalid. Next is Section 6, applications and payments of registration. Applications and payment for registration shall be made either personally or by registered email. In date of cancellations of the postage stamps of envelopes containing money order or checks shall be taken as the date of the applications and or payment for registrations, provided that the application is properly prepared and payment registrations is sufficient of the required by law. Section 7. Registrations classifications of motor vehicles shall be: number 1 is private, number 2 is for hire, 3 is the government, and the last one is diplomatic. Within 90 days from approval of this act, appropriate subclassifications shall be determined by the Director of the Land Transportations with the approval of the Minister of Transportations and Communication. Taking into the consideration the body configuration, weight, cubic displacements, or number of cylinders of motor vehicle. So the private motor vehicles registered under this classification shall not be used for hire under any circumstances. So the private vehicles will only registered only kung ano yung nakaregister sa kanya, kung ano yung classification niya. Yung mga private na mga sasakyan is yung mga plate number nila na naka-indicate o nakalagay is kulay green or color black. Next, letter B is for hire. Motor vehicle registered under these classifications are those covered by the Certificate of Public Convenience or special permit issued by the Board of Transportation and shall be subject to the provisions of the Public Service Act and the rules and regulations issued thereunder, as well as the provisions of this act. So yung mga for hire na mga motor vehicles is registered only sa classifications kung ano yung covered ng certificate na binigay ng public convenience or permits na issued of the transportations and communication or the yung Land Transportation Office, yung LTO. Next is government. So government vehicles owned by the government of the Philippines or any of its political subdivisions shall be registered under these classifications. So the government motor vehicles will only registered by the government or subdivisions shall be registered under these classifications. So in government na mga motor vehicles na naman is yung nakalagay sa plate number nila is color red. Letter D, diplomatic. Motor vehicles owned by foreign governments or either duly accredited diplomatic officers in the Philippines and used in the discharge of their official duties. Tourists bringing their own motor vehicles to the Philippines may, however, without registering such motor vehicles, use the same during not after 90 days of their sojourn, provided that the motor vehicle displays the number plates for the current year of some other country or state and said number of plates as well as the name of address, permanent and temporary, of the thereof are registered in the Bureau of Land Transportation prior to the operation of the motor vehicle. If such remain in the Philippines longer than 90 days, the motor vehicle shall not be operated unless registered in accordance with the Act and corresponding registration fees paid. That's all. Thank you.